Confidence is about how you see yourself. Welcome to the Uniquely Confident Podcast.
Yo, what it do, good people? What it do? Positive energy from me to you. This is your boy RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman. And yes, this is another dope episode of the Uniquely Confident Podcast. Yo, what it do out there, my people, man? I'm excited. Why am I so excited? Because I got my big homie, my bro, longtime family member of the crew, for real, Mike Williams of the Breakthrough Team, what we did today. And he's gonna chop it up, man. So Mike, say what up to the good people out there, bro.
What's happening, man? I'm excited, man. This is dope. You're killing the podcast space right now. I love this. This is super tight. Your stuff dropping. We good though.
You got the ghost back there tripping out. Yeah, man, we got the ghost. There's a spirit back there behind Mike, man. Everybody's here for the podcast tonight, so we're gonna vibe out, man. So how you been, bro?
I have been excellent, man. Just stepping into my purpose, bro. Just working, man. Working at the gig, working on the business. The family, man. Just doing my thing, man. Just trying to become the best version of myself. Traveling a little bit more for work. Doing this right here, guest podcasting, you know what I mean? Bracing the mic on different people's platforms. I think it's just the coolest thing. And but overall, man, I really can't complain, dog. I'm happy.
That's a beautiful space to be in, bro. That's a beautiful space. But any podcast that I do, we gotta talk to the big man upstairs before we do anything else.
Yeah.
So the people around here know. And if you don't know, you vibe on it for the first time, you will find out that we do honor and respect the big man upstairs before we do anything. So with that being said, Father of God, we thank you for another day. We thank you for our life, our health, our strength, our families. We thank you for our position in life. We thank you for everything from the top of our heads to the sole of our feet. We're just grateful to be in the space that we're in right now. God, our prayer is right now that we have a conversation that it may help somebody in the space that they're in, inspire, motivate them, and encourage them to be a better version of who they are right now currently for the future generations to come. These things are our prayers in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I love that.
Yeah, man.
Bringing that good word. I love it.
You know what it is, Mike? For real, bro. Like I was saying, I said this a few episodes earlier that like the reason I pray is for twofold. Like I have a relationship with the man upstairs, and like one thing he's been proven to me: if I put him first, everything else in front of me will flourish. Nice. So I like to make sure I put him first, and then consciously. But number two, I like to do it because there was a time in my life, Mike, where I was actually ashamed of my relationship with God. So it's freeing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a relieving thing for me now, and it's also my maturity and God's grace for me to see it. You know what I mean?
Yo, you ever have these ebbs and flows with God, right? It's like you can be in it, like you in the Word, you praying, like you feel it, you centered, like. It's just a dope feeling, and like no matter what happens, you just you know how to react to it, right? Let's say that you know how to react to it, right? And then after all that feel good, after all that change, after all that energy, there's those moments that pop in and just be like, try to crush the whole vibe. Like why you trying to crush my vibe with the relationship?
Right.
And then you got to get back in it again. So that's just the dopest thing. No, he keep taking you back.
Right, man. That dope grace, man. That's that dope grace. Like, so crazy you said about the ebbs and flows. So I've been the ebbs and flows of life. I have been journaling off and on, right? So I have these random notebooks all around my house. So I find them throughout my time. And today I found a notebook, right? And I found one that I wrote information that happened directly after my honeymoon. So you can tell by the wording and by the reading that I'm on a 20 million level high, right? Like, you know what I mean? Everything is amazing. I'm talking about the experience on the trip of all just complete, full of joy, right?
Yeah.
You turn the page, Mike.
Violence.
Yo, Mike, it was like, and it's so crazy because in the first statement of the next page, it says, it's so crazy how things have changed so quickly. because and when I wrote that, I was in an amazing space. But the very next week, when I wrote the next entry, I was in a totally different space. Bills that slapped me in the face that were waiting for me while I was on my honeymoon. Like everything just started pouring on me, and it was just like, oh, how different, how different things can change.
Life is wild, man. It get heavy on you. It get heavy on you when you. I don't want to say least expect it, because you kind of feel the buildup happening, right?
Yeah.
You got these series of decisions that I probably should have waited on that. Probably should have waited on that. And then all of a sudden, all those I probably should have waited on that start adding up. Then you
heavily.
You're just like, damn, how did I get here?
Right. Right. Now you questioning mad things like, yo, that's how I did this. Like, oh my God. And now you got your wife looking at you like you got 3 heads. Like, you did all of this on repeat. Let me tell you, Mike, I just put a post up about that recently, bro. And it was when I cut my hair. You know what I'm saying? So I used the afro out, and I was talking about how, like, we first moved down here, she was really questioning my leadership. Like, Negro, like you brought me from New York, and you told me
people were
when everything was at, and you told my mama we was gonna be all right because you had me. And now we down here. And we don't even have 2 nickels to rub together. Like, bills are starting to stack up. And there's you looking around like you got a question mark on your face.
Now that shit fucks with that unique confidence.
Yo.
That mess with the confidence.
Yo, Mike, and let me tell you, bro, like I was seconds away from tapping in and like saying, yo, I'm going home. Like, let's go back. I was seconds, Mike. Seconds.
Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna throw it in the towel.
Yo, because I'm going home. Like we can get back to the business at the crib. You know what I mean? Like, I could run back to what I know. But it was like something was just like, nah, you gotta go through this. Yeah. Even at the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the way you said that. I had to run back to something I know. And we, like, everybody does it, right? In business and life, like, things start to go in the wrong direction. We think that it's the wrong direction.
Right.
Because it just doesn't feel the same. Like, this shit does not feel the way I felt when things were going good. So this can't be in the right direction, right? Mind you, it's just a little bit of terrain, right? We just got to chop down some trees, right? Because we got to create this new path anyway. You can't create a new path without knocking down some shit, right? Because obviously the path don't exist.
Exactly. And yo, Mike, I'm glad you said that, Mike, because we always run back to the saying that there's nothing new under the sun, right? But then we'll always say like, oh, well, all you gotta do is follow somebody else's path. The truth is, the life that me and you have right now, no one has ever lived it before.
That's right.
No one has ever lived RJD's life. No one has ever lived Mike Williams' life. Now, there have been other successful individuals that went before us, right? Now, we can use some of those things, those traits to help us, but our lives, our journey, like Mike just finished saying, our path has never been walked before.
That's right.
And like, that's the thing. We got to clear some things out, and that's not easy. You ever seen somebody actually like clear a field out? You know how hard that is?
Yo, son, that's what. Yo, I remember. It was learned. I learned this in school. I actually was listening this day. How how the wealthy people in Europe, right? When they were, I don't want to say we were, when they were, right, exploring and coming to America, right? So the rich folks
was riding.
so the rich folks was like telling like the so folks, right? Like, they listen, I'm gonna invest in you to go to America, right? Because they already knew once they got to America, they had to clean some shit up.
Right.
So they're chopping down trees. I mean, they're clearing the land so they can build on it. These cats was dying before they even tapped into their investment. And the rich cats who was still sitting back in Europe knew that. They said most likely there was like a 7-year lifespan. It's like a 7-year lifespan.
Yo.
Right. And they out there clearing the path, right? But regardless, point being, somebody had to go out there first and clear out the path, right?
Right. Took somebody to do it. And let me tell you one thing I've learned too, Mike, about this journey. Like, we can ask why, right? Why me? But that's the waste of a question. It's a waste of a question.
That's some people's favorite question to God.
But and you know the crazy part is, Mike, like I know God get tired. Like I know, like people with God's infinite and all, like yes, but I know he gets tired.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But
like bruh.
Like,
I heard you like 3 months ago. You said the same thing. Like, chill out. So I told you I got you.
Like I've been trying to tell you why. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I really believe God gets so frustrated, and he be just after a while start pointing.
Yo,
please. Like, you know how you tell your kids after a while, like yo,
like go that way.
Right.
I'm done.
You're banging your head for nothing.
I love it.
Yo, but Mike. So this podcast is all about character and confidence building.
Yeah.
Man. So, my question to you, one of the few questions that I have normally for the podcast guests is, where does your unique confidence come from? Because you have a unique confidence about yourself. When you carry yourself in these conversations, you run a business, you interact with people on a day-to-day basis, you have another profession that you're interacting. Where does your confidence level come from to be who you are throughout your day?
Fucking this life shit up more than everybody else. Like, yo, bro, I made that mistake. Bring it on. Like, yo, I've done that. Like, yep, I seen that before.
Right.
And I love this show, and I'm gonna be, total transparent. A lot of people, this, but a lot of people don't know. I'm in law enforcement, right? So, outside of my business, and when I first got the interview, like I've been a digital marketer a whole lot longer than I've been in law enforcement. So I took the interview, and the guy was asking me, like, because my driving record was terrible. That's kind of what held me back from even applying for many years. So I had a 7-year streak where I didn't have any licenses. Everything was clean. I was good for the first time in life, right? So he was like, but you got to explain all of these tickets that, he was like, you got to explain this, So whether I was getting the job or not, and I really didn't care at that point, because I was like, yeah, I've been through that already. That was a thing for me, right?
Right.
And he goes, you got to explain this. He was like, this tick on your polygraph said you had you had an issue with authority. Right now, the question was, did I have an issue with authority at the workplace? Right. But they didn't say the workplace. They just said issue with people in authority. So I turned around to the guy. I said, well, you see my driver's record. Obviously, I had an issue with authority. I did what I wanted to do on that highway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Care none.
But messing it up so early in life and being in so much debt from tickets. Once I fixed it. Right. I've been there, done that. I don't need to see that again. So when I drive on these streets, I know how to act right now. Because I'm not going back to that.
Right.
So part of my confidence in driving is because I've messed this up so much more than others. Now I can handle this with ease. Right. I can get from north to south, east to west, where I need to be without rushing. Right. I don't need to rush anymore. Right. I don't need to speed anymore. I don't need to do any of that anymore. Right. Because I know what that shit felt like when I did, and I ain't going back to that space. So, when you apply that to all the different aspects of your life and the areas that you've messed up, and accept it that you've messed up.
Right.
Accepting it.
Right.
Feeling what that feels like. Because we got to accept those feelings too. We got to accept those feelings. Like, all right, I feel like this is fucked up. I feel, I made a mistake. Okay. Feel that. Now let's make the adjustments and move forward. And I mean, that's where confidence comes from, man. You can't learn how to backflip unless you flipped a couple of 100 times and rocked your face.
Yeah. Back in the dome piece caught the floor a few times. You know what I mean?
So it's failure, man. Like, oh man, I was at the 7-Figure Society Mastermind last weekend, and a brother was talking, and he said, he went around the room, he said, what are you grateful for? And everybody was, doing the traditional, okay, for my health, my family, my business, choices, all these different things. And he stopped He said, not one of you were grateful for your mistakes. He said, not one of you were
Mm.
grateful for the bad times. He said it was the
Wow.
bad times that helped you make the right decisions to even be in this room.
Yo.
He said it was the bad times that
Mm.
make you a better coach than your competitors. He said,
Mm.
so why are we not grateful for those bad moments that we learned the hard lessons?
Yo.
Failure.
Yo, Mike,
Failure is why I'm confident.
that's a ball right there. Yo, Mike, yo, it's so crazy because that's and it. I was just telling my mother this other day. I said, "Yo, Ma, you know what's so crazy? I remember a preacher. I don't know who it was back in the day that always say when the storms come, you should start celebrating." And I never understood when he was saying that. Like
Yeah.
when you're testing your trials is coming, that's when you should
Yeah.
be like celebrating and praising God the most. And I was
Yeah.
like, yo, I never understood that. Like I never
It's got to
like doesn't make any
subside
sense.
eventually.
Yo,
It's here
because
now.
that's the reason why the storm is coming, Mike. That's
It's
the
here now.
reason. Because what the storms bring, they bring about change.
That's it.
They clean things out.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's when
Mhm.
you think about that, you're like, oh, what's the
Heavy.
storm?
Heavy.
And
Heavy.
like think about this. And in our ages, you can tell by Mike's beard, mine's growing back in. We've been seasoned a little bit. We've seen a little bit on this earth. You
Or
think what I'm saying?
you go call my wisdom whiskers. You call me seasoned. I love it.
Well, I got mine cut off right now, so I'm feeling my youth right now.
Listen, I love it. I love every bit of them. Every one of them.
And you know
I've
what's crazy?
endured something.
And that's what the man said the other day. He was like, "Yo, people think that gray hairs just means that you're old. No, it really means that you know something, you've endured some things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's where the wisdom is at." And I said to
Mm-hmm.
myself, "That's crazy," because I
Mm-hmm.
sure enough got more grays than I thought I'd have right now. But that's the wisdom I'm going with. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Yo,
Too funny.
so Mike, let me ask you a question about so
Yeah.
as confident as you are, right?
Yeah.
How important is your confidence not to you, but to your family?
It's super important, man. I'm the head of Breakthrough Kings, right?
Right?
That's some big shoes to fill right there, right? You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact.
And when I walk out every day, as a black man in America, man in general,
Period.
right? When I walk out every day, my family needs to know that he got it and he coming back home, right? He gonna be able to take care of it and he coming back home. That this confidence within my household, everybody can look to me,
Mm-hmm.
and trust that they will find an answer, right? Maybe not right now,
Mm-hmm.
but dad's gonna figure it out,
Right.
right? And that's confident, right? I had to have that level of confidence so my family knows that dad gonna figure it out, right? It's what
Yes.
he do,
They believe
right?
in it. They
They,
believe your ability to figure it out.
your confidence, your family's confidence in you, like they should be able to be inside of a long car ride, 6, 8, 9 hours, and trust that dad ain't gonna fall asleep behind the wheel,
Right.
and they can comfortably close their eyes and sleep because dad got it,
Right.
right?
Right.
And that confidence, having that confidence, that also spills over into who they become, right?
Seriously.
I got a story, right?
Get it.
So
Yes, sir.
my 17-year-old son just turned 17 in August,
Shout out to the big man. Shout him
right?
out.
Right, got him a car, right? Got his first set of wheels, right?
Dope. Let's
Nice
get
little
it.
2017 Toyota Camry, bro. Got about 40,000 miles on it. That's damn near a new car, right? I
Yo,
told him, I
Mike.
said,
Yo, I bought that. Come on, Mike.
yeah,
That's fire. That
I
car is
told my
fire.
son, I said, that's damn near a new car. I need you to take care of this thing
Shit.
and appreciate it, right? So he got him in his first job, right?
Dope.
At
Dope.
Marshall's, got his first job, goes to work, goes to work at night, goes to school in the morning, like handling his business, monitoring his money and everything like that. So my wife tells me the other day, me and her hanging out, and she's like, yo, let me tell you what your son did.
Uh-oh.
So he's at work and his boss is like belittling him and another coworker, right?
Mm.
She's like, if you're working the front of the register, you're also supposed to do XYZ with the hangers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's being a manager. And then she goes, what are you guys, some little children or something? Right. So my son says, ma'am, no disrespect. Okay. But I'm 17 years old and I'll be 18 next year. I'll be almost grown. He said, I don't appreciate the way you're talking to me. I'm more than willing to take care of the job, but I'm gonna have to really correct you on how you're gonna approach me and talk to me, because that's not how you're gonna talk to me.
I love it. I love it.
I ain't never told my son about no job etiquette or how to, conduct himself. Like, I've never had like that actual conversation with him. That's simply from watching myself and his mother, listening to our conversations and how we conduct ourselves in public. And that is the last thing. That's the last thing you will do, is belittle and disrespect any one of us. You got a job to take care of, no problem. Do it with respect, right?
That's all.
Do it with respect. So I looked at him. I said, all right, now, like, you know what I'm saying? When I saw him later on that night, I said, I heard you had to cuss somebody out today. He was like, nah, I ain't had to cuss nobody out, but I had to let her know, like, so part of our confidence as parents, that boils over into our kids as well. Same thing with my little ones. My daughter, she ain't taking nobody's nonsense at school.
Yeah.
Right? She be coming home talking about this little kid, Freddie. She had to tell him to back up, like, back up off me. You know what I mean? She had to go tell her teacher, listen, I don't want to sit at this table no more because he's distracting.
Right.
She's 6.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? She's 6.
But I love that, Mike, because that's exactly why I asked you that question, because we don't realize as men, our confidence trickled down into our families or the lack thereof.
Yeah. Facts. You know what I'm saying? How daddy can't go around here, slouched over and can't talk to folks and nervous about things. Like, you know what I mean? That level of anxiety comes to them too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, definitely that level of confidence is important, man. You know what? Just, this podcast really opened my mind up though to the conversation more often. I'm glad you're doing this because, I work with a lot of client coaches and consultants, and you can tell some of them are not confident that they can serve people at a high level.
Yo, Mike, and you know what's so crazy? Like, I know my avatar. I know I'm talking to the men, but a gentleman actually brought me into his network, right? And he was like, yo, I need you to come on my platform and talk to not the people that I'm serving, but my team. Like, my team don't believe they can do it. And I'm just like, wow. I never thought about that
he
angle.
don't believe he can do it.
Like, it's crazy because what he showed me was you can give someone tools, Mike. You can give them the tools, the way, and we do it all the time. We sell them in our programs, Mike. We give people the tools, the way to do it. We almost hold their hands through the process, and if you turn your back from them, they put it down and won't move any forward. We can't figure out what's going on. It's because they don't believe in themselves. This is exactly why, like, I'm this podcast is so important to me, because I'm like, yo, we can't do nothing without believing in ourselves. We can't do anything. I didn't believe in myself for so long, Mike. I didn't believe I could do any of this. Like, to be honest, I didn't believe it. But it took somebody. It took a whole bunch of people. Should I say? You know what I mean?
Before we kicked off, I had told you that today was the first time I had asked for a certain dollar amount for my program.
Right.
And almost 5 figures for the program. So, for a while, I was like, damn, can I ask for that type of money, right? But here's where the confidence came from to be able to ask for that type of money. I've invested that type of money. I've done that before. Right. So, I think, and it goes back to, what we were saying at the beginning about failure, right? Or just doing. And the more we do it, the more confidence we get.
Right.
So the more we tell ourselves we're confident, the more we do the work, we become more confident. And I think, and it sucks that it's a double-edged sword because, I need the confidence to start. Right. And by starting, I'm going to gain more confidence. You know what I mean? And we can't get over the hump of starting though. you know. But and then that goes back to what you said, belief.
Man.
Now I gotta have that belief, right? So damn, it goes so much deeper than that. Man, that's crazy.
Yo, Mike, that's why,
That's
like,
crazy.
when I like Mike, people don't realize when I people take somebody through my course, bro. Like when we start at the top with integrity,
Yeah.
yo, literally, it's 3 intense months, but we're destroying like so many false narratives and like thought
Mm.
process that we've picked up because of stereotypes as men.
Yeah.
Like we think that this alpha male is the thing to be. In no
Mhm.
actuality, we come to find out that didn't come about until 1970.
Damn. 1970.
Yeah, the 1970s is when that
Wow.
term even was created, and it was created, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on this because there's a lady in Clubhouse was giving us education behind it, and what she was saying is that in 1970 they took wolves out of out of the comfort zone and put them in a secluded area, and the animals started following behind one because that one got aggressive, and they started calling it the alpha wolf because it was like that was the leader. But they come to find out the only reason that wolf was acting that way was because he was out of his element. If he was in his comfort zone, he would be the regular lion and would lead. He would still lead. I'm sorry, he'd be regular wolf and would still lead with less aggression. He was only aggressive because he's out of his comfort zone. So the truth of the matter is, any man who's walking around that aggressive, just he doesn't know how he's not in touch with his emotions. And
Yep.
we've glorified it by calling it an alpha. We've put a name on it and we've glorified it. So we think that being an alpha male is something that we have to strive to be. So now here we are striving in our lives to be something we don't even know what it is.
Mm. We have
Identity
no
issues.
clarity, but we want to do it. We have
Facts.
no clarity, but we want to be.
All of
Right.
it.
No, it's kind of like how, how we look at, from the outside looking in, like we look at other people's success, right? We have no idea what they built that shit on.
You're right.
The
The hell
pain,
that they've been through to get it.
frustration, the money, we don't know. And we just looking at it like, that's what I want to be. Do you really want to be that? You know what that takes to be?
Yo, Mike, you can vouch because you're from the same hood. Check this out. Back in the day, I used to always envy the dude that ran that gas station on 110, and he had the laundromat right next to it. It was a white dude, a
Okay.
heavy set guy, right?
Okay.
Now at this time, I had just bought like I was telling you before, the 2007 Camry when the body had just changed. So I had just bought that car. So you know me, I'm at the car wash every other day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's part of our morning routine, going through the car wash. So one day I said I'm gonna work the nerve up to see the dude that own these joints because he stayed bedazzled up, rings on, chains on, fat Italian guy. So
Mm-hmm.
there's something involved. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna ask him like, yo, what is he doing? So one day I had the opportunity, ran up on him like, yo, sir, listen, I come here all the time. I know you run this and the laundromat. Like I'll do anything to have the cars you have.
Mm.
He looked at me. He's like, no, you won't. I was like, yes, I would. What do you mean?
Like
You
that.
questioning my hustle? You know me, like now that quote unquote alpha, right? Like it's
Uh-huh.
starting to raise up. What? I'll do anything you're talking about. I get to this
Uh-huh.
bag.
Uh-huh.
He said, would you give up your mother, your wife, and your daughter? I said,
Damn.
what? He said, yeah, I lost each and every one of them in an accident, and the money from the accident I used to invest in these businesses. So yes, I have money, but I give it all up in a heartbeat to have the people that this money came from. I said, yo, I'll never pay that kind of price for nothing. It's too expensive for me.
Wow.
It's too expensive. So here we are, Mike. We're envying people because they have some kind of quote unquote status or material thing that we want. And we're like, oh, I wish I had their life. But the truth of the matter is, it's too expensive. You don't want to pay the price that somebody paid to have what they have.
Yep. You just don't know. You just don't know.
Real. When that dude told me that, I was like, and that at that time I wasn't married, I didn't have no kids, so it was just like well, I don't want to lose my moms. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have that feeling of a wife and children. But now, when I look back in hindsight and this position I'm in now, to lose my mother, my wife, and my daughter, I might be on somebody's crack pipe. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like,
that's a fact.
That's
a whole fact.
I don't know. Like, and I don't want to say and put that on myself, but it's like, yo, I'll be in a bad place to lose those people, those pillars in your life, man. Like, I don't wish that on my worst enemy, bro.
Not even, man. That's huge, man. Like, imagine all that emotional baggage you're carrying around, knowing that these walls that, you know, allow me to make this money to buy these nice things took losing my family.
You can't even enjoy the things that you get that you're having. You know what I mean? And that makes me now, Mike, for real, enjoy where I'm at, bro. Like, I'm really tapped into my life now. Like, you know what it is, Mike? I'm living a different day each day instead of living one day for years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually enjoying the moments of my life, bro. I stop and take pictures with my kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mess with my wife. I just stop her day. And whatever she's doing, it's not that important. Just stop it right now.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
I hear you.
Get over here and give me a kiss. You know what I mean? Like,
real talk.
We're here.
Real talk.
Like, we're here right now to live in this moment, bro. So I'm excited about life, man.
Yeah, I love it. Now I tell people you got a chance and a choice every day. Choose wisely.
Right.
Choose wisely.
That's it.
You know, choose make the choice that makes you want to feel, feel like you're in that position you want to be in already, right? So we all chasing something. So make the decision that's going to make you feel that way, right? You know what I mean? Whether you don't have the material things, you don't have the success, everything's not working out just right. What can you do to make you feel that way? Something that's going to be a empowering feeling, right? Not a disempowering one. Like, don't go get a temporary feel with something negative, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Get a good feeling and work out,
right?
Work out, do something you enjoy doing. You know what I mean? And just get that feeling and kind of keep reminding your mind what that feels like, so that, subconsciously you can keep chasing that thing and figuring it out. You know what I mean? That's
Mike, you gave a secret. I'm gonna tell one of mine, and you can literally do this starting tonight. In this very moment, you want to feel like $1 million, iron your clothes to the best of your ability.
Yo, it's funny you say that because I put on cologne every day.
Mike, I put on cologne even when I'm by myself.
Yes, I do too,
Smell
bro.
myself, right? Yeah,
all the time. I'm like, yo, I'm making sure I'm right. I'm good.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's
my wife says all the time, you're on live. You don't need to spray any cologne in there. Tells me all the time. Tells me all the time.
Like, because it's just a feeling, man. You just want to feel the vibes. I shave my head every day.
Right.
Every day I shave my head. Every day I shave, not shave it, but I trim my beard.
Absolutely.
Every day. It's like, why not? You work from home, but that's cool. Dress up. Just because you work from home don't mean you gotta be looking crazy.
Yo, my wife always tells me all the time, because my afternoon routine is I pick her up and then bring the kids home, and then I go to the gym, my personal trainer, Tuesday through Thursday. Excuse me. And she'll see me as I pick her up, and I'll be in I call it my work attire, right? Because I have a button up on. Because I work from home, but at the end of the day, when I was going to build something for someone else, I had the respect of wearing a certain decor of clothes, right? I had to keep myself to a certain standard. So if I'm building for myself now, why wouldn't I give myself that same respect?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is my organization not worth that same dignity?
That's right.
And I said to myself, she asked me, she was like, damn, you getting just like you going somewhere. I am. I'm going to work.
That's right.
Like, and because Mike, we laugh, but it really changes your mind, like your thought process and how you move. Like, when I'm in a pair of hard bottoms, even I'm walking in here, I'm walking different.
That's right.
I'm not walking the same. I got my flip flops on. I'm keeping it a stack.
That's right. Real talk, man. You know what I mean? You walk your head up high. You feeling yourself. Like, this is what it is, man. Like, yo, when somebody asks you, what did you do for a living? You know what I mean? You want to be able to confidently say it. right?
Absolutely.
You know, 'cause you don't want to be like, oh, don't mind my XYZ, don't mind my hair,
Yeah.
don't mind my this, don't mind. Nah, man, I'm ready. I stay
Right.
ready.
This is what
And
I
it's
do. Like like they say, it's not on me, it's in me. You know
in
what I
me.
mean? Like it's a difference. It's a difference,
I
man.
love it. I love it. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's definitely dope. Definitely dope.
So let me ask you a question, Mike. Now you know the effect of confidence, right?
Hmm.
What would you tell a person who is lacking confidence?
I would I would ask them, what do you do that makes you the most confident? Like, what can you do best? Like, what do you do confidently more than anything else?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they'll say, I do, this. Right? You know, I I I draw, or I know how to edit, or I know whatever, right? Whatever that might be. And I would tell them, do more of that.
Mm,
And now, while you're doing it, I want you to know how does that make you feel, and own that feeling.
right.
Own that feeling, like, yo, when I'm drawing and I'm about to crush this picture, this is how I feel. Bet. So now remember that feeling, and then when you go do the next thing, bring up that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Bring up that feeling and practice bringing up that feeling, doing this other thing that you want to get more confident at, and just keep bringing it up. And then naturally, now that's one, right? That's not the best. That's not the best advice, right? That's one way I would approach it. The other way I would approach it is by, what do you do confidently? I
Mm-hmm.
want you to do that more often. And the things that you don't do so confidently, I want you to be able to pull somebody into the picture who can do that for you. So
Mm,
let's focus on what you can do
right.
confidently
Right.
over and over and over again, and practice feeling what that energy feels like. Because when you just take what you know and what you do so well, and you keep doing it better and getting better at it, like
Mm-hmm.
that naturally will help you boost up your confidence. Because in return, right? And I'm always speaking from kind of business terms sometimes. As a business owner, in turn, what I do confidently can help me grow my business, right?
Right.
So what is it going to do? As I grow my business, I grow my confidence. You know what I'm saying? So whatever that might be that you're really fucking good at, it do more of it, and start boosting your confidence that way. And know what that feels like when you go into these other areas where you might not feel as confident, but you can go into it confidently, right? You can
Right.
go into it knowing that, I got this, you know what I
And,
mean?
and I'm glad you said that, Mike, because we don't have to walk into things knowing things to be confident, right?
Mhm.
Like one of my clients actually said to me, "Yo, RJ, how do I go into the situation and I don't know what I'm going into?" Because truth of the matter is, you're not confident in the situation you're walking into. You're confident in yourself walking into that situation.
Oh.
You're not worried about the situation itself.
Mhm.
We know within ourselves we're solid, right?
Yep.
We've put the work in, right?
Yep.
Now back to, as you said, Mike, doing something over again, right? Repetition comes the king of all knowledge. It's repetition.
Mhm.
Or
Mhm.
you do it over and over again.
Mhm.
After a while, it becomes second nature. You're not even thinking about it.
Mhm.
And now, guess what happens? Is it the same thing? We always use sports and always use basketball as analogies. When I couldn't dribble with my left hand, I struggled. Like, oh, I can't get it. What I had to do, I had to dribble that basketball over and over again without looking at it. Without looking at it. It took me months. But what happened was one day I was able to pick my head up while I'm dribbling with my left hand. And now my head's up, I'm able to make a decision now because I see somebody coming.
Mhm.
Now I can use my right hand because I've actually started using this left hand so good, right? And I've used it so many times, I'm no longer thinking about it now because now I'm confident in
Mhm.
my left hand.
Mhm.
So if we do something over and over again, like remind ourselves we're worthy, like
Mhm.
reminding ourselves we're more than enough, like reminding ourselves we put in the work to be where we are, our
Mhm.
confidence will have no other choice but to grow.
That's what's up. I think a simpler way to talk about confidence too is, you ever you ever see the guy that gets mad love, right? because he tried to do something he knew he couldn't do, but he did it anyway.
Right.
After it was done, even though he failed, he got up with a smile and laughed at himself and said,
Right.
"You know what? Hey, bro, I tried this shit, son." You know what I mean? That's confidence, right?
Facts.
Being able to do something, even if you aren't familiar with it, right? To do it, still do it, and not let that hinder you, not let it bother you, not go into it thinking like, oh, what are they gonna think about me because I don't really know how to do this. Who cares, bro? You out here either having fun or you trying to learn. I went to Top Golf 2 weeks ago. First time ever picking up golf clubs.
I know you was like, what am I doing?
So I picked up the golf club. I told the guy, I said, it's like swinging a baseball bat, like where I need my hands to be. Like, what do I got to do? Right? Swung it. I missed the first one. I was like, all right, bet. Swung it. That shit went like nowhere. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm like, yo, you know, I'm asking the guy again, you know, hands, lock, stance, boom. Shit went all the way down, motherfucking down yonder, bro. I looked at everybody like I told y'all I was gonna get this. You know,
Right.
I was going to get this. But if I would have stopped from the second hit, like, yo, nah, this ain't really my thing.
Right.
What you mean it ain't really your thing? Like, you literally swung a golf thing twice in your life, and it ain't your thing. You don't know if it's not your thing, right? So it's like going into the situation, having that confidence, like, yo, I got this. Not only I'm going to figure out all these little things, but I'm going to drive this joint way down the field. You know what I mean? Way down what do they call that shit? The course. I'm going to drive way down the course.
Yeah, I don't golf, bro. So
I
haven't been there yet.
You can tell I don't either, right?
Word, you don't even know. Like you struggling like mine. I'm like, well, so what do they do on that thing again?
Listen,
I hit the ball.
If you came in at 5:00, you can tell I never played golf. You came in at 5:30, you're like, oh, okay.
He might know a little something.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
I'm about to do this.
There was a post, right? And there's a quote that says, confidence is not thinking that people are gonna like you, but it's knowing that you'll be okay if they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yo, it doesn't matter. Like, I think, and that's what I've realized too, after like doing my short studies I've done so far, is like a lot of the people who like a confidence comes because we give our power to other people that don't even want it, Mike.
Yeah. They don't even care.
They like, it's like, yo, we give their power, like, oh my God, they're probably thinking, oh my God, what are they looking at me? And the person probably is looking through you. Like they're so worried about their own life, they don't even see that you exist.
Like, they probably not even confident. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? They're struggling with their own issues. Like, bro, you're the last thing that's on my mind right now, right? And that's crazy that's how we are, man. Like, like, oh, they look at my outfit. They this and that. Nah, nobody cares.
Don't nobody care.
You know, and you shouldn't care. Like, just don't. Just be you.
But you know what's so crazy, Mike? I'm trying to tell everybody this. Kurt Franklin had this in one of his songs, that you're only gonna be judged by somebody who's too scared to try themselves. Like, because like even in the space of podcasting, like I know I'm not the best. You know you're not the best, but it's like, yo, we're not judging because we understand what it takes to do this. Like, I'm never looking at one of your episodes like, yo, Mike is trash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what it takes to be on this. Like, this is work. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
equipment, topics, conversation, like
planning
is work.
And then like we're gonna be judged by the person that doesn't even know how to get the templates done.
Nah, nothing. Don't even know what the industry mics and decks are. Like, nothing.
We're being judged by that person.
Like, really? I'm out here. I'm in these streets.
Right. And the only reason that somebody's judging you because they have time to judge. Think about that.
Ain't got nothing else to do. Nothing else on their mind.
I don't have the capacity. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying my bandwidth is short either, but I don't have the capacity to judge anyone, especially someone that's trying to do something that's moving.
They threw all their goals in the trash. They stopped. They started, stopped,
Right.
You know? Now this guy is growing. I can do that better than him. First of all, nobody cares if you can do it better. Just do it. You're not even doing it.
Right. Like, and if you can do it better, like that just says that you're wasting the God's talent, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not celebrating right now. This is not something you should be celebrating.
The audacity,
right,
not to be maximizing off your gift. The
Yo,
audacity not to be going out here doing what you do. Don't you know what I mean? The audacity of you.
Mike, bro, when you say that word
Selfish.
audacity, it hits hard now.
I'm telling you.
You know why, Mike? Because when you say it, there's men standing behind you, right? On your wall.
Yeah.
Now, I seen a post other day, Mike. I don't know who put this up, but it was a post and it was a picture of like a shelf, 3 black bodies, a skinny shelf, 3 black bodies, a skinny shelf, 3 more black bodies. And in the caption of that video, it stated, "We have the nerve and the audacity to talk about we're struggling out here when our ancestors was literally sleeping in unheard of conditions under a boat to get here. Death, feces, all kinds of things that we'll never know nothing about. And they fought to continue to move forward. And here we are getting a little resistance from life. And we're talking about, oh, we're going to throw in the towel. The audacity, Mike.
I'm telling you.
The
I'm
audacity.
telling you, them kings on my wall, man. They was out here. It was out here. They ain't had no cell phones.
Nah.
They had no laptops. They had no internet. They had no libraries. They can barely get into the libraries. Right?
What? Imagine them going to one. Imagine them actually being okay to read. Like, and like, let me tell you something. Shout out to David Shan.
Legally
Dude,
could not. Like the law said you cannot read.
Yo, that's crazy to me. Like this, if you think about that, like if you get caught reading, you'll get put in jail.
Yep.
That's crazy. And here we are talking about, oh, we ain't got time to read. Oh, we don't want to read.
Yep. Audacity.
Like, crazy, bro. And also too, bro, I realize a lot of my confidence now is that it comes from understanding. Like with confidence is like competence comes confidence. Me understanding what my purpose is, right? Like you said earlier, that's where we started the podcast when you said that you're just walking in your purpose. Like when you do that, man, that brings a certain level of confidence that's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Like how confident are you now, Mike, in yourself, knowing that this is what you're supposed to be doing with your life?
Yeah, very much so. You can't tell me that, that thing that, you struggled to do for so long, right? I can't, you're saying to yourself, I can't quite figure this out. Like, for a long time, I was like, I couldn't quite figure out this digital marketing thing. Like, why can't I make as much money as the other cats that seem to be just doing it so easily and frequently? Like, what is it? And I just had to find my niche. I had to find my niche and I had to find my tribe, but I had to do my work too. Right. And some people, it's their season. Wasn't my season to really shine like I wanted to shine. And then when my season came, I didn't necessarily want to shine. Right. I simply just wanted to keep serving and helping other people shine. And the feeling that I'm on the back end helping them shine, that I was cool with that. Right. I'm cool with that now. Right. Knowing that, all the ups and downs in the industry that I had helped me build up this level of knowledge and expertise that most people don't even know exist. And now I can use that knowledge and expertise and serve people in such a different way, right? Not even in the digital marketing space, right? Not even like in the affiliate marketing space. Like, I'm working with professional coaches and consultants who do all sorts of stuff to help people and businesses move the needle forward. And I'm in the background coaching them on how to get to 6 and 7 figures. Utilizing information I thought I was struggling with, but this entire time I was learning. This entire time I was just absorbing all sorts of stuff that comes easy to me now. I coach, I talk with these coaches, consultants, I talk with them. And, in the beginning, it's like I'm talking Chinese. Right? Something that's so easy to me now. Something that just makes sense. I can look at it, get it, understand it, fix it, tweak it. We're in this digital marketing space. Meanwhile, I was beating myself up for the longest time. Like, yo, why can't you compare to get to the next level? Because that wasn't my time to get to the next level. That wasn't how I was supposed to serve. Right? That wasn't my time to serve. And now, so much differently. And like I said, it took the ups, the downs, the failure to know what I know today and confidently teach it to others, knowing that I can help them get a result confidently.
Yo, Mike, helping people gives you another level of confidence in not just your abilities, but your individuality as to serve and to be a better person. Like I've learned now, especially as like now jumping into the coaching realm and seeing the difference. Right, I seeing the difference in people's lives. Like one of the guys I coach just got a raise on his job. He didn't do anything different. He didn't learn any new skills. Right, he didn't do anything else but hired a character and confidence development coach and started walking through his path of understanding more about himself. And once his major shift happened when he stopped worrying about people's thought process of who and what he is. You know what I mean? So I've like being able to serve and help people make transformations is truly exciting to me now. I didn't even think about that part in the beginning, to be honest, Mike. But seeing the transformations is what I'm looking for now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the magic is in the transformation.
Word.
Right?
I'm so excited about the transformation.
You know, I won't need none of this other stuff. I used to want a Lambo. And now I'm like, nah, I don't really want a Lambo. I want to be able to buy it if I want to.
Right. I want to be able to afford it. You know what I mean? That's it. I want to be able to be like, yeah, I'd get one if I wanted to.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I want. I just want that what's the word I'm looking for? Well, anyway, yeah, that's it. I just want to be able to that ability to do so.
that choice, that option, right? To have those options.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, bro, like the space right now that I'm in, I had the option to enjoy a day, like today. So today is a holiday of some sort because my kid's wife was home from school. So it was a holiday, but it wasn't obviously a national holiday because every work that happened, everybody's still moving around. But I had the opportunity to say, you know what, these hours today are going to be for my family.
Yeah,
I didn't have to call anyone. I didn't have to beg anybody for the time. I didn't have to come up with some wild, crazy excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like I worked my behind off just to have that option. I've never had before. And that right there is like, yo, when I realized it, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm the boss. I can shut the day down right now at 12 o'clock. You know what I mean?
That's fire. That's fire.
And I was just excited to be able to do that, bro. So we're about to get up out of here. But before we get up out of here, Mike, do me a favor. Tell everybody, you kind of implied a little bit, but let them know what you do. We didn't get down to the bottom of that exactly. Let them know what you do, where they can find you at, bro.
Sure, no problem. My name is Mike Williams. I'm the founder of Breakthrough Kings. I help male coaches and consultants find their dream clients without posting and going live every day, utilizing my breakthrough ads method. You can reach me at ilaunchcoaches.com. That's ilaunchcoaches.com.
Yo, that's dope. That's a dope handle. You went and bought that one fire. That's fire. Yo, listen, fellas, go out there and use a resource, right? See, a lot of times we don't use things because we feel like they're not in our reach, right? We feel like we don't have the ability, but yo, just reach out and see. Like, you never know. You never know what can happen. Reach out, use a resource, because I'm telling you, at some point in your life, if you use the right resource, success is around the corner. I'm not telling you somewhere I read that at. I'm actually living it. So with that being said, good people, this has been another dope episode of the Uniquely Confident Podcast. And I'm so glad to have my brother Mike Williams here to come through and drop the value and the conversation on this platform. So if you want to contact my brother, please get at him over at Breakthrough Kings, and I'll have that information down in the description as well. Big bro, I appreciate you, man. We're about to get up out of here. I know, like you know, confidence is all about how you see yourself. But until the next time I see you, be good to yourself and the ones around you. And if you can't be good to the ones around you, that's okay. Just get those folk from around you.
you.
Yo, this is RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman, and this has been another dope episode of the Uniquely Confident Podcast. Y'all be blessed, because we will. Peace, y'all.